Military leaders and even the CIA have identified climate change as a threat to our national security. This is from the Quadrennial Defense Review, a report that's put out every 4 years by the Defense Department, looking at our threats. And you can read what they said about climate change here. But how is climate change a threat to our national security? Well, it's a threat to global stability, and it's both serious and urgent. The changes to the air and sea temperatures result in frequency and intensity of things like storms and droughts, a lack of drinking water. And the problem with these changing environments is that they're happening in areas that are already fragile or destabilized, such as sub-Saharan Africa. Now, the military calls climate change, or in the military terms, climate change acts as a threat multiplier. So these storms, these droughts, the water problems cause things like mass migration and suffering. When it takes place in a country that has a fragile or unstable government, they can't address these challenges. And it provides opportunities for extremist groups to come in, take advantage, even recruit the next generation of terrorists. So this instability breeds insecurity. A report from the Center for New American Security rightly points out that climate change may not be a threat that soldiers can attack and defeat, but it is likely to affect the safety and prosperity of every American, both through its effect on global stability and on our local environments. So does climate change play a factor in what the Defense Department is doing on clean energy? It does. But what is more of a factor that I believe is the actual effect that energy has on our troops and our troops in the field. And it's this concept that's driving a lot of the work the Defense Department's doing. If you can go to the next slide. On July 25th, 2006, the commander in El Anbar sent a letter. It was Major General, a Marine Corps Major General, Richard Zillmer, he submitted the letter to the Defense Department. And he pointed out the hazards inherent in our American supply line, pointing out correctly that nearly 70% of our convoys are for fuel and water. And it is a threat to his Marines. More importantly, it's a threat to all the troops on the ground. This is a picture of a supply line going into Afghanistan. So if 70% of our convoys are for fuel and water, and the majority of our casualties we're facing in the war zone are from these convoys, what piece of equipment do you think uses most of this fuel? Is it Humvees? Is it tanks? No, it's our generators. It's the generators that are running the air conditioning, the tents, or the computers that we need to execute our battles.